Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Schaumburg High School, the home of the Saxons. Tonight, the Saxons play host to the Broncos of Barrington High School. At this time, let's get started playing the purple teams. For the Broncos, at guard, 5'11", junior, number 3, Luke Johnson. And for your Saxons, at guard, 5'11", junior, number 12, Charlie Boylan. For the Broncos, at guard, 5'9", junior, number 5, Jake Orr. For your Saxons, at forward, 6'1", senior, number 20, Matt Rochelle. For the Broncos, at forward, 6'8", sophomore, number 25, Raquel Avenazas. For your Saxons, at guard, 6' junior, number 25, Demetrius Earl. For the Broncos, at guard, 6'1", senior, number 32, Austin Magic. For your Saxons, at guard, 6'2", junior, number 32, Brendan Parker. Following the Broncos, at center, 6'5", senior, number 34, Zach Barr. For your Saxons, at forward, 6'4", senior, number 40, Josh Sheridan.
Now that we have all of the introductions out of the way, this is HETV's Game of the Week. We have Barrington going against Schaumburg here. We are live in Schaumburg. I'm Jeff Randolph, and the Saxons are going to be taking on the Broncos. So here in this MSL Western Conference Showdown, both of these teams sitting at the bottom of the conference right now, so we're hopefully looking at what we should see as a very interesting game between these two teams. Barrington has a 9-11 record overall, as Schaumburg has a 6-12 record overall. But in the division, Barrington is even at 3-3 right now, with the Saxons at 1-5. So as tip-off gets underway, everybody's exchanging their pleasantries here. And we are getting ready for tip-off here in Schaumburg. And the Saxons get the tip-off. They're working around the perimeter. Three-point attempt, and it is good. Saxons. Willico with that three-point shot to give him the early 3-0 lead. Ooh, long pass by the Broncos here, goes out of bounds. Luke Johnson tried to go deep on that one, and it was thrown out of bounds. So possession goes to Schaumburg Saxons. The Saxons are working the ball around here. Saxons working the perimeter here on this possession. Really trying to stretch the court here with this possession. Another three-point attempt, and it is good. Charlie Kowilico, once again, 6 points for Charlie Kowilico. All 6 points scored on 3-point shots so far by the Schaumburg Saxons, and they're up 6-0 early here in the game. As the Broncos go in, once again another turnover by the Broncos, and seeming a little costly so far here in the first quarter. Hopefully they can get that under control. The Saxons doing what they do again. Another 3-point attempt by Kowilico, but unfortunately that time it didn't go in. And we got the first team foul for the game by the Schaumburg Saxons. As Barrington looks to inbound the ball. And we have a violation, another costly turnover here early on by the Broncos. Unable to get the ball in on time. So now the Saxons are bringing it in on their end of the court. Another 3-point attempt, no good. Deflection and rebound goes to the Broncos. They're bringing it into the court. And it appears as if the Schaumburg Saxons stepped out of bounds on that play. So ball once again to the Broncos, who are looking to get on the board here early on in the first quarter.
Barrington doesn't even have a shot off yet in this game.
Nope. So ball knocked out of bounds here by the Schaumburg Saxons as they maintain possession here. So Austin Madrizik trying to get the ball in. Gives it to the big man Ivanuskas, who's moving it around. And a 3-point attempt by Barrington. No good. Rebound. Struggled, and the Saxons got it. Fast break here by the Saxons. And an easy 2 points. Joshua Rand.
It's a 30-second timeout call by the Broncos.
So Schaumburg out to the early 8-0 lead. Barrington wants to take a timeout, talk things over, figure out what's going wrong here for the Broncos.
Yeah, thus far a couple costly turnovers by Barrington, and so far good shooting, 3-point shooting especially by the Schaumburg Saxons. And that 6 points from Charlie Kowilico, starting guard, has put them up.
You can't ask for any better start than that.
No, not at all.
So the Saxons back out on the court. Barrington breaking the huddle.
Drizik's trying to get the ball in here too. Gives it to number 5, Jake Orr, who was bringing the ball down the court. He's handling the ball, trying to get the offense set here. Working and going on inside. Missed. Luke Johnson missed that shot. Here come the Saxons again, coming up the court. Nice pass in the inside. Miss rebound, offensive rebound, and for the second attempt. Joshua Rand went for the second attempt in there and was fouled.
Number 5, Jake Orr, picking up that foul.
Oh, Joshua Rand misses the first attempt at the foul line. So both teams even up with just one foul apiece. And he makes the second one. a 9-0 lead so far for the Saxons over the Broncos right here. 4:51 remaining here in the first quarter.
Wren goes out, Flynn comes in.
Jake Orr once again bringing the ball up, trying to get that offense set. And it looks like we might have a reach-in foul.
Saxon foul number 25, Demetrius Rumness, his first.
Demetrius Rumbus caused the foul. So again, Jake Orr trying to get that offense set. In the perimeter, Saxons playing some pretty good defense here, trying to keep the ball away from them. But the Broncos will maintain possession on that as latch touch by the Saxons. Looking to inbound the ball once again is Madrizik. Has to burn a timeout because they're playing tight defense again there by the Saxons. So another timeout by the Broncos here early on as they are losing 9-0 right now in the first quarter. So just looking to score those first points of the game.
Barrington not able to get anything going here early. It looks like they may have left their game on the bus. Should send somebody out to look for it.
Yeah, off to a slow start, but still very early on in the game. As we all know, there's 4 quarters to a basketball game, and being here early on in the first quarter, there's plenty of time for them to regroup and come back.
And Barrington has the big men to do it. They just need to be able to get them open in the paint, and they haven't been able to do that so far tonight.
Yeah, yes indeed. Just a matter of slowing down their offense and getting in, but the Saxons have been playing pretty good defense so far. So go in, Jake Orr passes it in, shot attempt they miss. Reset in the office, Luke Johnson passing the ball. As they move around, kind of an errant pass there by Madrizik, and the Saxons take advantage again, so another turnover. The Barrington Broncos. Saxons are doing their thing, just spreading the court and passing the ball around. 3-point attempt, no good. And we have a foul on the other end of the court here. So the Broncos are still looking to get their first points here of the game.
Saxon fouls on number 25, Demetrius Rumness, his second.
Chris Lester is stepping to the line to hopefully put these Broncos on the board. And there we have it, the first points of the game for the Broncos. It's now 9-1 as he makes the first foul attempt.
For the Saxons, number 10, Marquise Glitter.
This may be what Barrington needs to jumpstart the offense. Second one is also good.
Good deal. So Chris Lester hits them both to put them on the board. 9-2 in favor of the Saxons. Saxons have the ball, so work it in. Now they go inside. Continue to work that perimeter as well.
Traveling.
And we have a travel here, Schaumburg Saxons. Kuliko, who scored the first 6 points of the game for the Saxons, called on the travel. So turnover here. Let's see if the Broncos can capitalize on this turnover. Jake Orr brought the ball down court, and he's trying to get this offense sparked a little bit here, making sure everybody's in position. Scott Bennett goes in, and a nice one, Austin Madrizik.
So 9-4 now the score.
And a wide open pass, he was nice. Charlie Kuliko, that was 8 points for the game. Three-point attempt by the Broncos, and it's an air ball. But they do maintain possession on that. It was his last touched by the Schaumburg Saxons. Looks like Brendan Parker was the last one touching the ball there on that end of the court. So Broncos look to inbound it. Scott Bennett looking to bring the ball in. And another three-point attempt. And there we go.
7-11, Barrington closing down that Schaumburg lead.
Just like that, they're only 2 scores away from either tying it up or going ahead. Three-point attempt by the Saxons, and it's an air ball. They're able to get that offensive rebound. A good way to pass it out, just to kind of get that offense reset again. Shot attempt by Brendan Parker was no good, and rebound was taken by the Broncos.
So Schaumburg continuing to rely on that outside shot, and it's just not falling for him lately.
No, and just like that, Broncos are back in the game. Deficit's only been cut to 4 as the Saxons are only up by 4 right now. It's 11-7 here in the first quarter. Minute 38 left. And that was a great pass.
So 11-9, 2-point lead for the Saxons.
Yeah, deficit cut to 2. Zach Bart with a nice score there for the Broncos. Saxons love passing that ball around the perimeter. A three-point attempt. No good. Broncos get the rebound. But the Saxons take it back again.
That's what they need to do, is get into the paint, get some closer shots.
Charlie Kawilico again.
Not a foot on the line, so it's a 2-pointer.
That was 10 points for the game. As we're winding down here in the first quarter, have about 27 seconds left. Broncos looking to score. Luke Johnson for the Broncos right now has the ball.
Almost taken away there by number 11, Carlson. And he picks up a foul on that. Good hustle play, but must have got some rest.
Yeah, so once again we have Scott Bennett who's going to try to inbound the ball here for the Broncos as they look to score here in the final seconds of the first quarter. Going inside, and a costly turnover by the Broncos here. See if the Saxons can score. Final 5 seconds here. And the last second attempt was no good there. But after 1 quarter, started out on a really fast run here by the Saxons, but the Broncos are keeping it competitive. Saxons are up 13-9 after 1 quarter of basketball here in Schaumburg, with the Schaumburg Saxons going against the Barrington Broncos. Once again, I'm Jeff Randolph here on HETV for your game of the week. So we are live here in Schaumburg.
And those soft passes into the middle by Barrington just allow time for the defense to get over and knock it away.
Yeah. So a little bit of, just for lack of a better term, lackluster passing on the part by the Broncos, and a few costly turnovers has kind of kept the Saxons in the lead for right now, but it is a lot closer, so they are both staying competitive with each other. It's a pretty good game we have going on here tonight.
Barrington with the big comeback to be within 4 points at the end of the first quarter. Had been down by 9 at one point.
So Charlie Kawilico for the Saxons with 10 points so far. So scoring all the points except for 3 for the Saxons team. We're about ready to start the second quarter here. So both teams are getting in the middle. And Drzyzek is going to inbound the ball. Luke Johnson's taking the ball up court here for the Broncos. A nice pull-up shot there by the Broncos. Madrick hits it. 13-11, 2-point deficit here. And Charlie Kawuliko again scores 12 points for the game. So 12 of the 16 for the Saxons been scored by Charlie Kawuliko.
Saxon foul number 10, Marquise Woodard.
So Marquise Woodard commits a foul here. Broncos kind of chipping away at the stone here, trying to chip away and get a hold of that lead, but he was fouled. Looks like he'll be going to the line here. Number 5, Jake Orr for the Broncos. And he misses that first shot attempt. So now 16-12. The Saxons are on top here in the second quarter in Schaumburg. So Saxons looking to get the ball across. The movement, Joshua Rahn passes it out. And that shot attempt by Kawuliko, no good. Kawuliko with 13 points, leading the Saxons and all players in the game. That pass was out of bounds. Zach Bart with the costly turnover there. And now the Saxons are looking to take the ball up. Inside to Brendan Parker. And Broncos looking to capitalize here.
Saxon foul number 32, Brendan Parker, his second. Checking in for the Saxons, number 34, Christopher Mullaney.
Christopher Mullaney's coming in for Brendan Parker. He's going to have a seat. And there we go. Makes the first attempt. Let's see what he does here on the second. And it's good. Keeping it competitive, 16-14. Foul there by the Broncos.
Zach Bart with the foul there and got a little anxious. No need to foul in that situation. They're trapping now.
Yeah, good show of defense right there. The long ball. Goes in, and he makes that shot. Nice shot. Christopher Mullaney, who just came into the game, puts it up, and it's 18-14. And just that much quickly. Ivanuskis comes in, and now it's 18-16. Saxons.
Good pace. And Schaumburg breaking the press, not affected by Barrington's defense at all.
Saxon player control foul number 40, Josh Rand, his second.
They call a charging foul
Yeah,
on Joshua.
charging foul. So
I think that was kind of questionable. He's trying to be aggressive, and I don't know if the defender got there in time, but that's the way they called it.
well, the Broncos have the opportunity to at least tie it up or even go ahead. Let it travel. It's a turnover. It's kind of costly, especially when you're looking to tie up the game or even go ahead for the first time in this game for the Broncos. So the Saxons are looking to inbound the ball here. Schwind is inbounds the ball for the Saxons. And Kowilico is bringing the ball up the court. Kowilico with 13 points so far, leading all scorers so far in this game. So the Broncos are playing defense. And foul called.
Matthew Rushing will go to the line here.
Number 12, Chris Lester, his first.
Chris Lester of the Broncos was called with that foul. And we'll see what the Saxons can do here. But still a close game. So Rushing makes the first attempt. Let's see what he does here on the second. And it's good. 2016 Saxons here in the second quarter. With just over 5 minutes left here in the second quarter. Barrington seems to be doing a lot better with their ball handling down at this end of the court. They go in. And another travel called here on the Broncos.
Rapalas Abanovskis turns the ball over. He was down in the paint. Got a little excited, huh?
Yeah. They're keeping it close, which is good. It's a pretty decent contest it's turning out here tonight. Saxons are working the ball around as they have been. You can see Jake Orr is keeping a close eye on Charlie Kowilico. Kowilico with the pass. Foul is called down below.
Bradley Schwinn will go to the line.
Barrington foul number 5, Jake Orr, his second.
Jake Orr draws his second foul of the game for the Broncos. And it's good. 21-16 now for the Saxons. But you can't blame the Broncos right now for playing aggressive on defense. They've narrowed the gap. They were losing by 9 points. So, and they're within 5 now. Now 22-16. With the Saxons as the Broncos look to bring the ball up. Luke Johnson bringing the ball up for the Broncos as he passes it in. Drzik. And he's called for another travel. So a costly turnover.
And these are the kind of turnovers that you can look back on and easily regret and look at as a turning point in the game, most definitely.
Right.
Hard-fought game, evenly matched teams playing competitively here, and every possession counts.
Kowilico misses that three-point attempt. Broncos get the rebound. Luke Johnson looking to bring that ball up court. Drzik down in the paint.
Zach Bart.
And Zach Bart missed that attempt. Saxons ball as they get the rebound. It looks like they're going to do what they've been doing for most of the game here is just work that ball around the perimeter for a while and wait for their shot.
Marquise Woodard missed that wide open layup. Good drive to the basket, but he misses on that.
Right now, yeah, the Broncos are coming down real quick. Trying to maintain that real fast pace of the game that we've pretty much had so far. So they're going to the line.
He'll go to the line. Austin Madrizik.
Yeah, Madrizik's going to the line here.
Fouled by Charlie Quilico. It was a good foul, though. He got a lot of ball.
Definitely. And he makes the first attempt, so it's good. And he makes them both. 22-18 now. 22-18 in favor of the Saxons, who now have the ball as they're working that perimeter again, trying to get the shot that they need.
And they turn the ball over here.
Yeah, it's a little bit of miscommunication, as it happens sometimes. So let's see how the Broncos react here, and hopefully they can score on this possession to keep them in the game. Luke Johnson, ball handler right now. Just looking for a little bit of help.
See if they go down low inside.
Wow, and that was a stellar move.
Austin Madrizik with the drive. Good basket. Aggressive play.
Looked great. All the Saxons were coming out to the outside, and he went inside and just went past them all and gets the easy layup.
Split the defense, huh?
Yeah. So 22-20 here with 2:19 remaining in the first half.
In a game like this, every possession counts. I mean, you want to try to be careful with the ball. I mean, you can't stress that enough. I mean, you want to be careful with the ball, not careless, because this could go down to the last shot.
Right.
This game could be determined by the last shot very easily.
Yeah, the Broncos are looking to gain some momentum here going into the end of the first half. It's working out pretty well. So after that timeout, Brandon Parker inbounds the ball. Marquise Woodard is now the ball handler for the Saxons.
I would try to establish something down low, maybe with Johnny Flynn, number 50. Post him up. He has a shorter man on him, guarding him.
Yeah, definitely be nice to work the size advantage here.
Yeah,
Broncos are coming out. They're coming out very strong on defense. Wow, and the big man makes the shot.
Johnny Flynn with the three-pointer.
25-20.
I guess you can't blame him for posting up when he's hitting those threes like that, huh?
Well, once again, he goes in for that drive, Madrizik, but this time, unfortunately, he comes up short. Brendan Parker bringing the ball down now for the Schaumburg Saxons. Still working the perimeter here. Got 1:05 left here in the first half, as the Saxons are up 25-20.
Yeah, let's see if somebody posts up down low.
The Broncos have been playing really tight and good aggressive defense these last few possessions here.
They seem content with killing the clock here, or using as much time as possible anyway.
They're looking to go into halftime with the advantage over the Broncos. Brendan Parker just holding the ball right now for the Saxons. We're trying to eat up as much clock as we can here. 10 seconds left here in the half. Woodard dribbling the ball. They're looking for a last-minute scoring attempt, and Parker loses it with 3 seconds left here in the half. So with 3 seconds left, the Broncos have a last-second scoring opportunity, so probably looking for the deep ball here.
Sometimes you can outthink yourself. You know, they killed so much of the clock, and then they wound up turning the ball over.
That's exactly what happened. And the three-point attempt up. Here's it, no good. So at the half, it's 25-20. Saxons over the Broncos here in Schaumburg tonight, as we're here with your game of the week on HETV.
This kid's gonna be the best kid in the world. This kid's gonna be somebody better than anybody ever knew. I'm gonna show you how bad I am.
Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves, they're going to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it.
the second half. The Broncos and the Saxons here in Schaumburg. And what do you think, Jeff? What do you think they need to do here? What has to happen? What does Schaumburg have to do?
Well, with Schaumburg, they came up with an early lead early on here in the game. For them, it's not really about the turnovers. For them, it's just taking wide shots. The three-point shot was working for them early on, but it kind of failed them later on in the later part of this first half. So for them, it's just a smart, no costly turnovers, take wise shots, and don't turn the ball over. And for the Broncos, on the other hand, for them, no turnovers at all, and capitalize on any turnovers that the Saxons do have.
Be selective with those shots. Huh?
Absolutely.
Really
Starting
important.
here, Saxons once again start with that three-point shot, and there's a turnover on it as Quilico went for that three-point attempt. Now the Broncos looking to come out strong here in the second half. The 25-20 score. Broncos only down by 5. Been down as much as 9 early on here in this game.
And Brendan Parker almost had him a steal there, but he turned it over.
He did, but that helps that it's going to break up the pace of the game here. Jake Orr looking to bring the ball down court here for the Broncos.
And he draws the foul. He'll go to the line. Good aggressive move here.
It is. It's an easy way for them to chip with the stone here. Only down by 5.
He hits the first. And they'll put up the second here. And it's good.
So moves the Broncos within 3, 25-22 now here. Just early on in the start of the third quarter. The Quilico cross-court pass.
Let's see if they establish something down low.
Nice tight defense there by the Broncos, and they have a turnover here by the Saxons. So Broncos looking to cut into that deficit.
You get the feeling that defense was stressed during halftime here for both teams.
And it's a good plan of attack for the Broncos here, carrying on, moving forward here in the game. Top of the key, three-point attempt, and it's good. And just like that, we're tied. 25-25. Ivanauskas, he was the guy who was shooting around.
Oster Madrezic hit the 2 there. Yeah, Ivanauskas, I would try to establish something down low with him. He's the tallest player on the floor at 6'8". And he pretty strong. I would try to establish a low post presence down there and just go down low to him.
Yeah. But the way he shot with that three-point attempt, I can see why they have him outside.
The most effective offense is when you're two-dimensional, and when you can establish that inside presence, it just opens up everything outside. And I think they're going to have to, one of the two teams is going to have to establish that.
Yeah, I agree with you, definitely.
That inside game.
Rambosa's big, long passes cross court caused a lot of turnovers so far in the game. Brendan Parker has the ball. They're passing it around here. Really working that perimeter.
And Joshua Ron goes to the basket for 2.
Nice,
good drive.
Yeah, very nice. Nice touch on that.
And Ivanauskas down low calling for the ball.
Yeah, we're the Broncos, and we have a fast break here.
Brendan Parker with the steal and the layup.
Very nice.
Good steal.
Unfortunately, Johnson was out of bounds with that one, and that's a turnover. So it's quick turnovers here. Now Saxons are looking to go up, kind of increase their lead. It's 29-25 here in the third quarter.
And Schaumburg turns it over.
Jake goes inside to the big man. Ivanauskas. Jake takes the ball in. Misses him with the rebound. It's the Saxons. A good job there by Quilico, too, to just kind of slow up the pace and let the rest of the team get down there. It's Quilico with a pass inside. Gives it right to the Broncos.
And Schaumburg turns it over again. Ivanauskas from three-point range, and he misses. Brendan Parker with the rebound.
Yeah, so in transition there, might have been a better thing for the Broncos to slow it down on that possession, but hindsight's always 20/20.
Joshua Ron with the shot, with the three-point shot, and he misses. And Barrington with the rebound.
Yeah. Jake the ball handler now for the Broncos. Waiting for offense to get established as that three-point shot goes up for the Broncos, and it is good.
Oscar Madrezic with the three.
He's got 17 points so far. He's now leading all scorers. Kind of single-handedly keeping the Broncos in this game. And it's now 29-28. Saxons go inside. Quilico.
Oh, Joshua Ron with a great pass to Charlie Quilico, who scores.
And great hustle on that other end Joshua Ron had.
He's one of their talented players. I mean, he does it all. Rebound, block shots, plays tough defense. He's a good passer, as you just saw there, with Quilico cutting to the basket and that great pass he just made. But he's getting a little frustrated calling for the ball down low. And him and Bart are battling down low there. They have the same makeup, Zach Bart and Joshua Ron. They both play tough and physical. And Bart with the missed turnaround jumper. Schaumburg has the ball. He'll bring it up court.
Joshua Ron here. Looks like they're trying to slow down the pace here a little bit too for the Saxons, which is probably a good thing. Getting a little bit wiser with their passing as they're working around the perimeter, as they have done for most of the game. Brendan Parker now with the ball as he passes it off. Mulaney. Luke
Johnson steals the ball and goes down court, and he gets his pocket picked as well. Woodard drives. Oh, and it's out of bounds off Barrington. Schaumburg will maintain possession here.
Yeah, last touch by Luke Johnson of the Broncos. So they're looking to inbound the ball here. The Saxons are once again. As Rambos is looking to inbound the ball here. 31-28. 2:01 remaining here in the third quarter. The Saxons have the ball. Rambos is on the outside working the perimeter. So now Ron has the ball. Gives it up to Johnny Flynn. Very aggressive play there by the Broncos. Chris Lester steals the ball. So gives it to the big man as the big man serves around and misses that shot. Rebound Saxons.
Velasquez fakes the three, drives to the basket, and misses the layup. Brendan Parker to paint, turns around, spins, shoots, misses. Rebound Barrington. Let's see what they set up here. Number 12 with a wild shot, hits the backboard. Rebound Schaumburg.
Chris Lester went in for that rebound and wasn't able to pick it up, and now the Saxons have control of the ball. Brendan Parkin's bringing it up.
He was scrambling there for a minute on the floor. Looked like Barrington was going to be able to get the ball, but unfortunately they didn't. Joshua Ron drives here. Passes to Rambos, who shoots the three and misses, and it's out of bounds, Barrington ball. Maybe not. Schaumburg maintains possession.
Yeah, they actually called a foul on number 5 there, Jake Orr.
They've been letting them play for the most part.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Here in the second half, it's been pretty nice and refreshing to see that the refs are doing that.
Let the kids play. Come on. Schaumburg has the height advantage with Joshua Ron at 6'4" and Johnny Flynn at 6'6". I would try to establish a post-up game, a presence inside in the paint.
Yeah, but a lot of their points have been coming on around the perimeter. Joshua Ron's trying to go in there. It looks like they're trying to score here before the end of the quarter. Block shot.
Johnny Flynn attempts the three, and Velasquez just would have none of that and rejected it.
The old finger shake. So after 3 quarters here in Schaumburg, the Saxons have the lead 31-28 over the Barrington Broncos. So I guess to close out the game, what do you think that the Saxons have to do in order to maintain the lead and put this one away?
I think they just have to be careful with the ball. I mean, they're holding onto the ball for too long. I know they're trying to eat up as much clock, but I mean, you can only make so many passes before a desperate team like Barrington is going to get a steal or an errant pass, and you turn the ball over. So I would try to establish something down low and try to open up the inside to open up the outside. And I think that's going to be key in this last quarter here.
Yeah, it should. And Schaumburg is looking to get just their 2nd win in the conference as they're now 1-5 in the MSL West here. And Barrington's right above them. They're 3-3 so far in the conference play. So with their overall record of 9-11 that Barrington has, and Schaumburg at 6-12, they're looking to make things interesting down there at the bottom of the conference. And it's been a good competitive game thus far.
Oh, definitely. And these teams are a mirror of one another. They're so evenly matched, and the way, the style that they play, they're pretty similar.
Okay, and we're underway here.
Scott Bennett drives. Oh, and it rims out. Joshua Ron with the rebound, and he'll bring the ball up for Schaumburg. Guarded by Bart. Inside to Ron, who turns around, shoots, and it rims out.
Bennett's bringing it across court. Now the Broncos are just kind of looking to set up here. Drizik down low and draws the foul.
Avanauskas with the pass to Wes McDonald. Inside, down low. Great pass. And he scores and he's fouled for the N1.
Excellent. Good for the 6'3" senior. Here for the Broncos. He's now at the foul line. Wasn't able to tie it up with that one. So now Saxons are still up 31-30 here in the fourth quarter. So Saxons doing what they do best, working that ball around the perimeter.
1 point lead, 31-30 Schaumburg here in the fourth quarter. 6:48 to go. And Charlie Quilico with the three, and it's good.
Now he's leading both teams with 18 points.
Hey, if they're shooting like that, they don't have to establish an inside presence.
No.
Avanauskas with the three, and he hits for Barrington. 34-32, Schaumburg with 6:21 to go in the fourth quarter here. This is a great game. Competitive game. Well-played game. Charlie Quilico with the three, and he misses, and Barrington rebounds and brings the ball down court.
Avanauskas looked like he was going to drive for the basket when Seth passes it off. That ball was off Brendan Parker there by the Saxons. So the Broncos are maintaining possession.
The Saxons number 10, Marquise Woodard.
And Woodard comes in the game and replaces Demetrius Rambos. Marquise Woodard, number 10.
Is called. Lester comes in for the Broncos. Bennett once again is looking to inbound the ball for the Broncos here. 34-32 Saxons. Here with 5:39 remaining in the game.
Madrizik with the under the basket with the reverse layup, and he misses. Good attempt.
Brendan Parker goes in and gets the points. Oh, and a quick turnaround there by the Broncos.
Chris Lester drives to the basket aggressively with the layup.
Marquise Woodard now holding the ball for the Saxons. He's giving this offense a little bit of time to regroup here.
And Schaumburg up 36-34 with 4:45 left in the fourth quarter here. Johnny Flynn from three. Misses. Barrington to rebound. They go inside to Avanauskas, who spins, turns around, off the glass, and it's good.
Nice shot by the big man.
Ties the game, 36-36. Well, someone's establishing an inside game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it seems to be Barrington. Charlie Quilico drives to the basket off the glass with the layup.
Yeah, Quilico now with 20 points, leading to all scorers in the game. As we have a tight one here. It looks like it's going to go down to the wire. 38-34 Saxons. Saxons have had the lead the whole game, but for the most part, I mean, the Broncos have been remaining competitive, especially here in the fourth quarter.
This is an unbelievably competitive game. It looks like it's going to come down to possibly who has the last possession.
Yeah, it very well could be.
Both of these teams came ready to play tonight, that's for sure.
It's always nice to see a good competitive game. And Bennett looks to bring it in for the Broncos. And he does as he's bringing it up court for the Broncos here as they look to at least tie on this possession. And lost the ball. Brendan Parker picks it up. Now the Saxons are taking it back down the court.
Rombo's back in the game for Woodard. And Ron calling for the ball down low.
So you'll probably see a little bit longer possessions by the Saxons here to look to maintain that lead.
Ron with the pass inside to Parker, and it's deflected.
Yeah, Luke Johnson with the steal there. Johnson looks to have the Broncos post up down low, it looks like. Looks like they're going to work inside.
Madrezek is blocked by Johnny Flynn. And the Schaumburg ball. Schaumburg will bring it up down here with Brendan Parker.
So 2 turnovers so far here for both of these teams late in the fourth quarter.
Like I said, the referees are letting them play. They're playing good defense, both teams, and they're allowing them to play, not calling those ticky-tack fouls.
Mm-hmm. And the passes have gotten a little bit tighter here too. Just, I think, the matter of the defense that's kind of.
And Scott Bennett called for the foul on Demetrius Rambos. Got a little too aggressive there. And Johnny Flynn is replaced by Matthew Rushing. Parker for 3. Oh, and it's good for Schaumburg.
Wow.
Brendan Parker with the 3.
So 41-36 now. With 2:01 left here in the game. The Broncos need to score on this possession.
And Joshua Ron called for the foul, and Zach Bart inside in the paint, trying to deny him the pass. Got a little anxious there. Oh, and Barrington turns the ball
again here.
Parker's been around the ball all night. And Joshua Ron's fouled by Scott Bennett.
Barrington fouls number 33, Scott Bennett, his second.
So Rand's looking to inbound the ball here too for the Saxons. Gives it up to Rambos, and Rambos has it. Jake Orr keeping a very tight leash on him, because they know how key it is to kind of keep it close here, as we're down to 1 minute and 28 seconds now here.
They're trying to eat up the clock here. And Joshua Ron drives to the basket and scores. And Schaumburg's up 43-36 with 1:18 left in the game.
So the Broncos have to come out pretty fast and strong and get those points back.
Madrezic with the three, and it's good for Barrington.
That's a quick and easy way for them to get right back into things.
And it's 43-39. He put him right back in the game with that shot.
There you go.
Right back in the game.
One more of those and we'll be tied up and things will be a whole different ball. West here are putting on a great performance here tonight in Schaumburg.
Yeah, Madrezic with 20 points for Barrington. Clutch three-point shot. Perfect timing. They needed that, definitely. Let's see what happens here and see if Schaumburg can protect this lead and
Joshua Randall bounce the ball.
And Barrington's pressing.
Tight. They still get that ball of court. Oh, nice block shot by the Broncos. Wes McDonald with an excellent block shot down there for the Broncos.
On Matthew rushing. Yeah, it looked like he had a clear-cut layup. I mean, it was a gimme.
Yeah, there was nobody around him.
And McDonald comes out of nowhere and blocks the shot. I think this is smart here. I mean, you have to, there's not a lot of time left in the game. They're down by 4. Barrington, Scott Bennett fouls Demetrius Rambos. And you want to stop the clock. So, and Barrington will go back to the press. And the ref calls the foul. You have to be losing an arm in this game to have a foul called.
Yeah, like you said, he's just letting them play so far here later on, which is good.
Yeah, that's refreshing to see that. You don't normally see that where they let them play. Both teams are aggressive on the defensive end. So, and Barrington with the press. And they foul Charlie Policco.
Yeah, it looks like they got the foul. That's smart to do as you're running out of time here. So make them go to the line and earn those points.
And Madrezic gets called for the foul, his first. Zach Bart with the rebound. And Barrington will bring it up. Let's see what they do here. If they go for the 3 or the quick 2 and go for the steal. Jacob turns it over. All about taking care of the ball. He turns it over. They couldn't really afford to have that happen with 36.7 seconds left in the game. And Joshua Ron inbounds the ball to Brendan Parker, and he is fouled. By Vanasquez. His first of the game.
So Brendan Parker, he makes that one. It's good. 44-39 for the Saxons. with just 34.7 seconds left in the game. Parker misses that one. Rebound goes to the Broncos. Chacor's bringing the ball up. So Broncos need to score pretty quick here.
Oh, and Majic with the 3 for Barrington off the glass. And he was falling backwards. And it wasn't by design either.
No, just like that, 44-42.
Wow, 44-42.
22.6 seconds left here in the game.
What a shot.
How about that?
Unbelievable shot.
Leads all scorers with 23 points. On the other end of the ball with the Saxons, Charlie Quilico has 20 points. So those are our 2 high scorers here in the game.
It's anybody's game right now.
Absolutely. Schaumburg still has 2 timeouts left. Barrington with just 1. So we'll see if that plays a factor coming down to the end here too.
This is critical, this possession here. Because if Barrington can get a steal or a turnover or somehow obtain possession without allowing Schaumburg to score and then go back on the other end and score for themselves and either tie the game or hit the 3, then they can come out of here with a win.
Yeah, I have a feeling their plan of attack is to be, once the ball gets in, maybe foul the guy quickly too and have him go to the line.
Hoping that he would miss the 2 free throws.
Yep.
Yeah. Competitive game. We talked about this earlier where it could potentially come down to the last possession. Who had the last possession would be the team that win the game.
Yeah, and it's definitely living up to that thus far.
Joshua Round inbounds. He inbounds to Quilico, who's pressed. And is it a jump ball? Scott Bennett. And Schaumburg will maintain possession. Joshua Ron will inbound again here. To Demetrius Rambos, he gets it in. Bennett and Avanauskas double team Rambos. Brendan Parker's fouled.
Yeah, good call to follow him. Time was really starting to tick away there as there's 12.8 seconds left here in the game.
How'd you like to have that pressure with 12.8 seconds left in the game? Your team is up by 2. And you're a teenager, and here you have to go to the line for your basketball team and preserve the victory. And he hits the first one.
There we go. Now up by 3. So 45-42 in favor of the Saxons. Brendan Parker's here at the line. And he makes the second. 46-42.
Took full advantage of that.
So the Broncos need to get down there quick and make some points.
Majic with a 3 and it off the backboard. And it's no good. And Schaumburg will have possession. Demetrius Rambos was fouled by Luke Johnson on the rebound. And Demetrius Rambos will go to the line to shoot 2. Shoots the first one here, and it's good.
So now the Saxons are up by 5, 47-42.
He hits the second one.
Next one. 48-42. They just throw that one up. And that's the game. Well, it was competitive for the most part, but the Saxons pull it out here. 48-42 over the Barrington Broncos here at home.
Great game. It's a shame that someone had to lose, but I mean, someone had to lose. Well played game. Awesome game.
Yeah, excellent game. Like I said before, both of these teams here in the MSL West were at the bottom, but Schaumburg pulls it out. So with that win, that makes them 7-12. Barrington's going to fall to 9-12. And in the division, Barrington's now going to be 3-4. And with the second win in the division, Schaumburg is now going to be 2-5. So there wasn't much to do at the end of the game there when you had those turnovers and they started going up really quickly. And they started hitting, fouling and trying to do as much as they could. Time just simply ran out for the Broncos in this game.
Well, I think Schaumburg showed a lot of poise because they could have easily crumbled with, 40-something seconds left in the game. And Barrington just got done hitting the three, but they regrouped, came out, took care of the ball. They scored when they had to score. When they were fouled, they hit the free throws, and that was key in this game, hitting those free throws, because that's the objective of the other team, is to kill the, stop the clock, foul you in hopes that you're going to miss the free throws. And these kids stepped up big time and hit those free throws, especially Brendan Parker. So they stepped up big time.
Yeah, good contest. Like you said, unfortunately, somebody always has to lose.
Yeah, Barrington has nothing to hang their head about.
No, not at all. Tough fought game.
Definitely.
Especially with all the games that we see here in the MSL West. It's hard to believe that these two teams are kind of at the bottom. I think they're going to be competitive when it comes time to play the other teams here in the conference. So.
Most definitely. I think they're two young teams, so as they continue to play together as the season goes on, you can see that they've improved and they're gelling and there's chemistry on the team, and they have an identity now. So, I mean, a game like this is only going to build their confidence going forward. So, I think going forward, just because of the poise that they showed in this game and being able to pull this game out, will build a lot of confidence, and I think they'll do well going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. So like we said, here for your HETV Game of the Week, this has been Jeff Randolph.
And Jael Lorenzi.
And thank you very much for tuning in here on HETV.